Muy bien. Vamos a probar este demo. Sí, es como un demo, un concepto. Ok. Entonces, creo que el diálogo... Bueno, ahorita lo vemos. Desactivar a tu diálogo para poder traducir. Y... Zarathustra, algo así. Muy bien.
Hello? You should be able to hear me now. I know this must be very confusing. Please don't panic.
Hola, debería de poder escucharme. Esto puede ser muy confuso. Por favor, no entres en pánico.
My name is Amy, which means your name is Amy, I guess. You see what I see. You feel what I feel. And you can guide me to do what you want me to do. Don't try to remember. Our memories are mingled together. It will take time to find your way through them.
Ok, mi nombre es Amy. Significa que tu nombre también es Amy. Ves lo que yo veo, sientes lo que yo siento. Puedes decidir lo que quieres que yo haga. No intentes recordar. Nuestras memorias están entrelazadas o revueltas. Tomará tiempo poder retomarlas.
I'll do my best to give you a short summary of what happened during the last 10 years. I wish I had more time, but people are waiting for us.
Bien. Haré lo que pueda para darte un resumen de lo que pasó los últimos 10 años. Esperaría tener más tiempo, pero nos están esperando.
People from your time were at each other's throat. The whole climate situation was going downhill. Old conflicts flared up anew, and war spread through the world like cancer that hadn't been cut out completely.
Que la gente estuvo en guerras. La situación climática fue empeorando. Conflictos pasados volvieron a reaparecer. La guerra se esparció por todo el mundo.
But then the inflection happened. An enormous alien spacecraft landed in the desert.
¿Sí? Pues los alienígenas llegaron. La inflexión.
That wasn't the inflection. It was what happened when the doors opened.
La inflexión fue lo que pasó cuando las puertas se abrieron.
The beings that landed on our planet told us the truth. I mean, all of us, at once. It was completely unbelievable, and it will be to anyone who hasn't witnessed it. But within the fraction of a second, the secrets of the universe were unveiled, and with them came two gifts that the outsiders had brought us.
Las cosas que llegaron, los seres que llegaron al planeta nos contaron la verdad. A toda la humanidad al mismo tiempo. No era posible de creer a alguien de que no estuvo ahí. Pero en una fracción de segundo todos los secretos del universo fueron revelados. Y con ellos llegaron dos regalos que nos trajeron los de afuera, los...
It was technology, really. The gift of flesh and the gift of neon. Two completely different ways of creating the most advanced and powerful tools, which must seem like magic to someone like you.
Fue tecnología. El regalo de la carne y el regalo del neón. Dos diferentes formas de crear las herramientas más avanzadas y poderosas. Algo que se acerca a la magia.
The doors of the spaceship closed again, and the two beings communicating with us left as promptly as they had arrived.
Espérate. Las puertas se cerraron y los dos seres comunicaron con nosotros. Los dos seres que se comunicaron con nosotros se fueron tan rápido como llegaron. Llegaron dos y cada uno tenía su forma de tecnología.
You must understand what this did to us. The magnitude of their revelation shifted our worldviews profoundly. We began to revere these beings as gods. And although our knowledge about them is limited, we understand that they belong to two divine families, the Ameshaspentas and the Daiva.
Tienes que entender lo que hicieron. La magnitud de esta revelación cambió la forma de ver nuestro mundo. Empezaron a venerar a estos seres como dioses. Aunque el conocimiento de estos seres es limitado, entendimos que vienen de dos diferentes familias, los Amesha y los Daeva.
Almost immediately, humanity forsook their traditional religions. In their stead arose the Church of Flesh, dedicated to the Amesha, and the Church of Neon, which pledged allegiance to the Daiva.
Se crearon dos iglesias, la iglesia de la Carne y la iglesia de la Amesh. Y la iglesia de Neón.
Okay, I have to hurry up. First and foremost, you need to understand the core philosophies of the two divine families. The Amesha value free will, life, chaos, and change. In contrast, the Daiva prioritize order, security, and stability. These concepts aren't inherently contradictory. We recognize the necessity of a balance between the two.
Okay, tienen dos filosofías diferentes. Los Amesha evalúan la libertad, la vida, el caos y el cambio. Y los Daeva priorizan el orden, seguridad y estabilidad. No son contradictorios. Todavía reconoce la humanidad que debe haber un balance.
Given human nature's tendency towards individualism, it's no surprise that the Church of Amesha attracted the majority. To maintain equilibrium, an agreement was forged between the two churches. The Amesha assumed control of the legislative branch of governance, while the Daiva, acting as the counterbalance, took charge of both the judicial and executive branches.
Okay. La naturaleza de la humanidad se enfocó en el tiende al individualismo. Así que la iglesia de los Amesha atrajo a la mayoría. Para mantener el equilibrio, hubo un acuerdo. El Amesha controló la rama del gobierno, el Legislative Branch of Government, la rama de legislación del gobierno, y los de Eva, el poder judicial y el ejecutivo.
Now, we are an FBI agent working for the Church of Neon, and our briefing is right about to begin. Now.
Somos de la Iglesia de Neón, agentes de FBI. Okay.
Ah, Agent Tanner. We were wondering if we would see you today. May I assume the connection was a success then?
Bien, agente Tanner. Estábamos esperando. No sabíamos si vendríamos a ver hoy. Asumo que la conexión fue correcta.
Yes, sir. The spirit is cooperative, I think. We are ready for our assignment.
Sí, señor, el espíritu es cooperativo por ahora. O pienso eso. Estamos listos para la misión. Porque nosotros somos el espíritu.
Very well. We will start with something simple so you two can learn to work together. The chief asked us for our assistance in investigating a robbery. Not the most flashy case, but the item in question was a book stolen from the Cathedral of Lytton.
Ok. Estamos con una tarea fácil. Nos pidieron asistencia en una investigación de un robo. Han robado un libro de la Catedral de Lytton.
The involvement of the Church of Flesh can make things a little spicy, so tread carefully. Your contact on site is Officer McCarthy. Get to the cathedral ASAP. Dismissed.
Muy bien. Está involucrada la iglesia de la Carne. Carne, algo así. Contacto es oficial McCarthy. Ok. Wow. What the? ¿Ah? ¿Por qué es? Ahí, ojo. Observar y hablar. ¿Quién es el tipo que estás pensando tanto?
Oh, you've seen him. I guess I must get used to having someone else sharing my thoughts. Huh. Sorry, it's not your fault. I've been thinking about Jeff a lot lately. We share an apartment. It's complicated.
Ah. Bien, he estado pensando mucho. Como que tengo que acostumbrarme a que alguien más lea mis pensamientos. Lo siento, no es tu culpa. He estado pensando acerca de Jeff. Compartimos un apartamento, es complicado. Ajá. Okay, ¿cómo
To be
funciona?
honest, I don't understand most of it myself, but I'll tell you what the doc told me. You are an AI model trained on the memory of a dead person with exceptional skills.
Okay, te diré lo que sé. Eres un modelo entrenado con la memoria de una persona fallecida con habilidades especiales. Un modelo de inteligencia artificial.
The model has been implemented in my neural interface so we can communicate and you have access to my vision. You can't directly access my memory, and I can't access yours in the case it comes back. But you will know what I am thinking, so if I recall something from memory, you'll be able to see it as well.
Fue implantado en mi interfaz neuronal. Podemos comunicarnos y tener acceso a mi visión. No puedes acceder a mi memoria y tampoco puedo acceder a la tuya. Pero sabrás lo que estoy pensando. Okay.
Fly, what are you doing here so early? Didn't expect to see you before noon.
Fly, no esperaba verte tan temprano.
Cleaning up the streets again. You know, instead of doing boring detective work, you could come with me and make your hands a little dirty.
Estaba limpiando las calles, de nuevo. Sabes, deberías de dejar tu trabajo de detective y venir conmigo a hacer un poco de trabajo sucio.
Sorry, but I already got a partner and a case to solve.
Lo siento, ya tengo un caso.
Right, I've heard that you've got yourself a spirit guide. How is she? Or is it a he?
Correcto. Me enteré de que ya tenías un espíritu guía. Ah. ¿Cómo es?
Well, we are still getting to know each other. So far, I've got no complaints. We'll see how he performs on our first case together.
Yo no me metí a esto. Ok, estamos conociéndonos todavía. No he tenido ninguna queja. Veamos cómo se porta.
Ramirez seems busy. I better not disturb him.
Ese Ramírez está ocupado. No veo mucho que se... Wow.
I better tell Ramirez to watch his stuff. I'm not cleaning up after him.
¿Qué? Esas son las cosas de Ramírez.
Hey, Ramirez, don't let your stuff lie around everywhere.
Oh, Amy, always looking after me. You're so sweet. What would I do without you?
Oh, Amy, siempre cuidándome. ¿Qué haría sin ti?
I better tell Ramirez to...
Sarcásticamente.
Hey, Ramirez, don't let your stuff lie around everywhere.
Oh, Amy, always...
Okay.
I've taken
Locker.
my gun and the quantum matrix scanner from the locker. I assume you know how a gun works, but let me brief you on the proper use of the scanner.
¿Qué demonios es eso? He tomado mi arma y mi matrix, mi scanner quantum matrix del locker.
This device can scan the quantum matrix of any item. If the scanner successfully determines the inherent superposition of the object, it indicates that the object's context is predictable to some extent. Conversely, if the superposition is indistinct, the item has a more chaotic alignment.
Si este escáner determina la superposición inherente del objeto, significa que es predecible. Si es indistinta, es caótico.
Let me give you an example. If someone plans weeks in advance to dine at a specific restaurant for a particular dish, that food's quanta will have a distinct superposition. However, if someone spontaneously strolls an unfamiliar street and grabs a meal from the first available place, that food's quantum matrix will be less defined.
Ok, a ver si lo entendí. Si alguien, es un ejemplo, si alguien planea con semanas de anterioridad cenar en un restaurante específico para un plato en específico, la comida, el cuánta de la comida tendrá una superposición determinada. Pero si al contrario van a un lugar que no conoce, toma un platillo al azar, el quantum será menos definido. Las cosas cuánta, cuánto, cuánta, cuánto.
This principle applies to both past and future contexts of items. As you might surmise, this can also be related to the individuals who have, are, or will interact with the item. The mean chaos value of items related to the Church of Flesh is higher than that of the Church of Neon.
El principio aplica para el pasado y el futuro. También se puede relacionar los individuos que han, están o interactuarán con el objeto. La iglesia de la carne es más alta que la del neón.
If the scanner detects extreme values at either end of the spectrum, we must submit the item to forensics for detailed analysis.
Si el escáner detecta valores demasiado a favor de cualquiera de los spectrums, debes de entregar a los forenses para análisis.
We can get custom-tailored armor from the armor manager, but I don't think that will be necessary for this case.
La armadura no será necesaria.
A scanner that keeps track of everyone entering or leaving the building.
Un escáner.
Various status displays of the city's security levels and directional information.
Información. Forensics. For you.
If you need an analysis, just give me the item in question and I will see what I can find out about it.
Ok, ella analiza los objetos. Ok.
A fine example of neon tech.
Tecnología neón.
We're doing a lot of DNA analysis,
Análisis
not
de
only
DNA.
of human DNA, but also of all kinds of flesh artifacts.
Artefactos de... Este es el mapa. ¿Qué? Power. Countdowns. ¿Dónde íbamos?
That's where I live. We'll go there after the shift is over.
Vivimos en la Torre Akasha. ¿Una tienda? ¿Qué demonio?
Contrary to what you would assume, many Amesha are actually vegetarians.
Oh. Ok. ¿Son vegetarianos los Amesha?
Ugh, that must be some kind of local delicacy. I think it looks
Está rara esa tienda.
The Cathedral of Lytton is a masterful display of the power of flesh. It's one of the most important places of worship for the Amesha. It's unbelievable that someone broke into the heavily guarded church and stole one of its relics without getting caught or triggering the alarm.
La Catedral de Lytton.
Hello, I'm Agent Tanner. You must be Officer McCarthy, I assume?
Oh no, I'm sorry, McCarthy has left about an hour ago. I just hope he'll be back soon. I'm his trainee and in all honesty don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I've tried to call him, but got no answer.
No, yo no soy McCarthy. Salió hace más de una hora. Estoy aquí. Espero que llegue pronto. Soy su pupila. Estoy en entrenamiento. Con necesidad necesito que esté aquí. No sé qué debo de hacer aquí. Intenté llamarlo, pero no contestó.
My name is Goodman. I'll do my best to help.
Soy Goodman. ¿Sabes dónde
He
fue?
wanted to meet an informant who had information on the case. I don't have a name, unfortunately, but you could check with dispatch to see if they have anything in their log.
Que fue a ver un informante. No sé el nombre, pero pueden llamarla. A ver si saben algo.
There wasn't much to go on. Whoever stole the book had access to the church and its security systems. We have no recordings, fingerprints, or signs of forced entry. The book is estimated to be worth $500,000, but its value will likely be covered by the church's insurance.
No tenemos ninguna pista. Aquel que lo robó tuvo acceso a la iglesia y a los sistemas de seguridad. No tenemos nada que lo haya grabado, no tenemos huellas, no tenemos ningún signo de entrada forzada. Se estima que vale $500,000, pero probablemente será cubierto por la... ¿Qué ha
Let
pasado?
me check my notes. At approximately 2 a.m., it was reported that an unauthorized entry occurred at the study of the Cathedral of Lytton. Upon investigation, it was determined that the premises had been accessed without any visible signs of forced entry. The method of entry remains unknown. The only item reported missing is a valuable book described as The Echo of Ahura Mazda.
Que a las 2 a.m. fue reportado un acceso no autorizado. Se determinó que no hubo entrada forzada. El método permanece desconocido. El único objeto perdido es el libro llamado El Eco de Ahura Mazda.
Frederick Phelps, the usher, reported the incident to the police at 5:20 a.m. He discovered the book missing from the table in the study, where, according to him, the minister had left it the previous night. Phelps may still be at the police station.
Frederick reportó el incidente a las 5:20. Descubrió que el libro estaba perdido en la mesa, donde de acuerdo con él lo había dejado el ministro. A lo mejor todavía está en la estación de policía. Okay.
According to the usher's report, the minister was still at the cathedral around 4 p.m. yesterday. We haven't been able to contact her yet, but Bishop Atura vouched for her and informed us she will be here later this afternoon.
De acuerdo con el reporte de Usher, el ministro estaba a las 4 p.m. del día anterior. No lo han podido contactar, pero avalan por él.
Don't you find it a bit unusual that the bishop is so involved in all this?
I'm not sure. Perhaps? It might just be a coincidence. The cathedral is clearly important to the Church of Flesh, and, as you know, they have a penchant for unpredictable and erratic behavior.
Pudo haber sido una coincidencia. La catedral es importante para la iglesia. Y ellos tienen un comportamiento errático.
According to the usher's report, the minister was still at the cathedral around 4 p.m. yesterday. We haven't been able to contact her yet, but Bishop Atura vouched for her and informed us she will be here later this afternoon.
Don't you find it a bit
I'm not sure.
Se repitió.
I found a toy robot left behind by some churchgoer. As long as the church is closed, nobody is going to read from that pulpit. Not that we don't already have enough pressure from Director Parker.
Hey, where do you think you're going? These rooms are
demonios?
private.
I'm here on official business, Agent Tanner, FBI. You are Bishop Atura, correct?
A deva snooping around a church. What a surprise. I've already talked to the police, but sure, go ahead. Waste more of my precious time.
Da Eva yendo por ahí por la iglesia. Qué sorpresa. Adelante. Malgasta más de mi tiempo. ¿Qué estás haciendo en la catedral?
I'm the bishop. This is our church. I have to take care of things and ensure everything's in order.
Soy el bishop. Tengo que encargarme de que todas las cosas estén correctas.
I'm surprised to hear the word order from an Amesha.
Ok, me sorprende que hables acerca del orden.
And I'm not surprised that you don't understand. For the deva, everything is either black or white. Of course, we need order. To a certain extent, that is.
Y no me sorprende que no entiendas. De una Daeva, todo es blanco y negro. A ver, dime algo acerca de este
It's an
libro.
opulent copy of the Echo of Ahura Mazda, bound in rose-tinted flesh and adorned with gems and gold inlays.
Una copia del eco de Ahura Mazda. Cubierta de carne y adornada con gemas y
I'm familiar with that book. It's a rather standard text that's available at every drugstore.
está disponible en cualquier lugar.
Well, it might seem mundane to you, but it holds significant meaning and wisdom for our beliefs. However, you're right in a general sense. The content of the book isn't unique. The thieves must have targeted it for the ornate cover.
Parece insignificante para ti, pero contiene un significado y sabiduría para nuestros ciencias. Sin embargo, tienes correcto. Estás en lo correcto. El contenido del libro no es único. Los ladrones debieron de haber tenido como objetivo la adornación. Tengo que buscar el estudio.
I spoke with Officer McCarthy, and he informed me that he's leading the case. Unless he's present on site, I cannot grant you access to the private areas of the church.
He hablado con el oficial McCarthy. Me informó que él es el líder del caso. A menos de que estés presente en el lugar, no puedo darte acceso. Oh.
The eye of the prophet. He foretold that our gods one day will return and take us with them on a spiritual intergalactic journey.
El ojo del profeta. Prevé de que regresarán los dioses y nos llevarán en un travesía intergaláctica espiritual.
This door leads to the study.
Puerta que va al estudio. Ah. Esta policía.
Agent Tanner, how can I be of service?
¿Cómo puedo ayudarte?
Have you heard back from Officer McCarthy?
¿Has escuchado algo acerca del oficial?
No, he's still underway.
Could you search in the logs if he called someone during the last few hours?
¿Ya puedes buscar a ver si ha llamado a alguien?
Sure, just 1 second. He made one call. The number is 555-7532-123. It's not registered in our database, so it's probably a disposable phone.
Hizo una llamada a un teléfono.
Thank you.
Un teléfono no registrado.
Another busy day in the city. These tanks
Yeah.
are actually computers made from flesh. Well, in parts anyway.
Ahora hechas de carne. Frederick Bells.
I'm Agent Tanner, and I have a few questions for you.
The feds are getting involved in this? Oh my, how much longer do I have to stay here?
You're free to go home whenever you'd like, but I'd greatly appreciate it if you could stay just a bit longer to answer my questions.
Eres libre de irte cuando quieras, pero apreciaría que te quedaras a responder unas preguntas. ¿Sabes dónde está el ministro?
She's still out? I have no idea. Normally she arrives at the church at around 8.
Normalmente llega a las 8. ¿Qué pasó la última noche? Esta
I was
mañana?
exhausted and left the church early, around 4 o'clock. Yesterday's mass was extremely chaotic, and I just wanted to get home. I felt a pang of guilt, so I came back extra early today, around 5 in the morning. That's when I discovered the book was missing from the table in the study.
Estaba exhausto y me fui de la iglesia temprano, cerca de las 4 ayer. Me sentí un poco culpable y regresé más temprano, a las 5 de la mañana. Descubrí que el libro estaba no estaba ahí.
I called the minister, Laura Williams, and she assured me that she had left the book on the table. I informed her that I couldn't find it anywhere. She advised me to report it to the police and said she'd inform the bishop about the incident.
Llamó al ministro, Laura Williams, y me aseguró de que lo había dejado en la mesa. Le informé que no podía encontrarlo y me aconsejó reportarlo a la policía. Dime más acerca del incidente de ayer.
It was utter chaos.
Caos.
A disturbed woman kept interrupting the mass, constantly shouting insults and accusations. Minister Williams attempted to calm her down, but it was to no avail. Ultimately, security had to forcibly remove her. However, about 30 minutes later, she came back with a reporter in tow.
La mujer estaba causando estragos. Intentaron calmar, el ministro la trató de calmar, pero no lo logró. Seguridad fue involucrada y regresó más tarde con un reportero.
I believe she was trying to prove a point, but her claims were just incoherent ramblings. The reporter seemed to think so too, judging by today's article. The crowd grew agitated, and things nearly escalated to a fistfight. That's when the minister decided to have security clear the room and called off the mass.
Estaba tratando de probar su punto, pero el reportero parecía no pensar como ella. La gente parecía un poco agitada, así que decidieron terminar la catering, la junta o la misa. Y seguridad ayudó a despejar el lugar.
I don't need anything from him right.
Okay, no necesito
The
nada.
plant adds a touch of life to the otherwise cold room. I'll call it Chuck.
Okay, al parecer esta planta es shock. Y ahora tengo que llamar. No. No. Ciencia. La catedral. Ahorita lo que yo haría es tratar de contactar a aquel, pero
That's where I...
vivimos. El delito no es aquí. Hoy.
The front desk, but I... Another bit...
Me doy. Tengo pistas. Voy a esperar a que el otro llegue.
Various...
If you need an analysis,
vamos a probar todo. Necesito
I
contactar
don't have
al
any
otro. Pero... no sé si tengo que esperar o hablarle o qué onda. Oh. Estoy buscando por una noticia.
Sure, I'll withdraw the $15 from your account.
$20.
Sure, I've transferred the paper to your digipad. The first issue is free.
Okay. Es mi digipad. La estación.
Sometimes these flesh growths can be quite beautiful. Vohu Mana Station is a great example of successful Amesha architecture.
Arquitectura Mesha.
An interactive terminal that provides information for passengers and tourists.
Información.
I don't have anything to ask.
Okay. No he llegado. Nada.
As long as
Voy.
the bench is empty. As long the front another busy. These tanks
Waiting room.
I don't need any.
Over.
Another busy. I don't have any That's where
No. Y ya vimos acá. Aquí. Ah, ok. Ok. Ah, ya todo tiene sentido.
I was able to transfer the recording to my digipad. It's very noisy. A woman is screaming, but I can't understand. It almost sounds like a different language, but none that I've ever heard.
Parece que la mujer estaba gritando en un idioma desconocido. Los robots tienen funcionalidad de hacer grabaciones. Right click. Ok, ya tenemos objetos. A ver. Right
I've
click.
transferred the recording over to my digipack. I can just I've transferred the recording over to my digipack. I can just show the pad to someone that might be able to help.
Alguien que me ayude.
If you need an analysis.
Entonces, esto.
I've opened the article about the incident at the church. There's a photo.
Vamos así. Ramos.
I'll run the recording through
Okay,
the spectrum
yes.
analyzer. No, it doesn't look suspicious. There are no hidden frequencies or apparent audio manipulations detected.
Sí, no he manipulado el audio. No parece sospechoso.
I've transferred the recording over.
A esto. Bueno. Esto. Y entonces. Habrá que mostrarlo a alguien. ¿Funcionó o no funcionó?
I don't
No.
think he would be interested in a stand.
A
Funcionó.
recording. And why would that be worth my time?
Ok, porque esto vale mi tiempo.
Sorry, I'm still looking for a connection to the case.
Buscando una conexión. ¿En serio? Ok.
Hello again, Sonny. Can you please search the database for this woman?
Ok, tiene sentido. Puedes buscar en la base de datos a esta mujer.
Of course, Agent Tanner. Here she is. Anna
Okay.
Steele, age 31. Last seen by CCTV at Vohumana Station.
Human Station. No habéis visto. Search warrant. ¿Qué idioma es esto?
Do you have anything else on her in the files?
No, her record is completely empty.
El récord es limpio. Ok, ahora sí. Primera. Ha de ser. Oh,
Hello, I'm Agent Tanner, FBI, searching for this woman. Can you please check your records if she showed up at this station?
¿dónde está mujer?
Certainly. Just a moment. Yes, she was here today, captured on CCTV just about 4 hours ago. She used the info terminal, then left the station.
4 horas antes usó la terminal de información.
She just came in, used the terminal, and left right after?
Yes, it looks like it. Here, I'll give you the admin password of the terminal. You can look up what she was searching for.
Ok, te doy el acceso.
An interactive terminal that... I don't have any...
No.
Let's see. 4 hours ago. This must be it. The abandoned station? I've heard about that. It was the first train station an Amisha architect tried to build. But it was a massive disaster.
Estación abandonada. La primera estación que los Amechi intentaron construir. Fue un gran desastre.
That was during the time when the evangelists used the gift without really understanding how it works. Many of these projects failed, and some were even dangerous. A heap of regulations has been passed since then.
Fue cuando los evangelistas todavía no comprendían el regalo. Después de esto, un montón de regulaciones han pasado.
Oh, great! The Vohumana station was built right next to the abandoned station. I should just be able to walk there.
Ok, ¿está al lado? Oh, es por acá. Wow.
These tracks are going nowhere. The station was abandoned as soon as the flesh grew out of control.
Fue abandonada cuando la carne creció demasiado de control. ¿Qué clase de tecnología usa?
I've found a phone hidden beneath the rumble. If this is Anna Steele's phone, she might have gone into the underground tunnels. The phone is encrypted. I should let someone have a look at it.
El teléfono está encriptado. Ese podría ser el teléfono que lo utilizó Anna Steele. Ok.
I'm not going into these tunnels without reinforcements.
No entraré al túnel, ok. Ok. Queremos. ¿Qué nos ayudará el distribución? ¿Qué demonios es eso? No es un teléfono. 56. Entonces. Here.
How long will it take you to decrypt this phone?
Let me see. And I've got access. What do you want to know?
Ahí tengo acceso. ¿Qué quieres saber? Quiero saber el número.
Let me check. Yes, that's the correct number. How did you know?
¿Ese es el número?
It's the last number that Officer McCarthy called. So whoever owns this phone was likely the last person to see him.
Una persona que lo vio.
I guess this is my best lead then. I wish I wouldn't have to go down those underground tunnels, but it seems to be my best option.
Tengo que ir por esos túneles. ¿Quién
Sorry,
pertenece?
no. The phone was wiped clean of any stored data.
Tiene información. ¿Qué puedes decirme acerca de esto?
The phone's got an unusual stable superposition. Let me cross-reference that with the character trait database. No, nothing. So that means the superposition is not linked to the person using it, but rather the mode of operation. This phone was not bought, used, or thrown away spontaneously, but was part of a plan.
¿Qué es? ¿Hay un plan? ¿Está planeado? Ser utilizado y descartado. Ya lleva tiempo.
Fly, I need your help. I want to follow a possible suspect into some abandoned underground tunnels.
Ok, Fly, necesito tu ayuda. Quiero seguir. Sospechoso.
Oh, you're taking me on an adventure? Sure, meet you at the entrance. It's about time you get to experience some excitement.
Ya era hora. ¿Y tú?
Hey, Ramirez, don't let your stuff lie.
Oh, Amy, all...
Vamos a ir con ella entonces.
Well, there you are. Finally, ready to go in?
Yep. Vámonos.
Freeze! Now!
Acá. Okay.
Fuck!
Okay.
Fly, are you okay?
With all that armor, you would think getting shot did hurt less. That bitch escaped through the service tunnels. I don't think we should follow. That's a maze down there.
Escapó por los túneles de servicio.
Damn it. You're right, we would only get lost or ambushed. Let's look around if she left any tracks.
Veamos si dejó algo.
I've picked up the empty shell.
¿Tiene la bala?
I've already... Fly has a point. Venturing in there poses too much risk. We'll arrange for the tunnels to be searched tomorrow instead.
Ok. Queremos que busquen después. Ok. También tiene.
What the hell is this place?
¿Qué demonios es eso?
It's a flesh construction gone wrong. You know, from the early days?
Construcción de carne salió mal.
Ugh, freaking flesh breeders. This is disgusting.
Flesh breeders.
Hey, you're not supposed to use that word.
Oh, come on, Amy. Look at this place and tell me this doesn't freak you out. By the way, hey, little man inside Amy's head, having fun yet?
Si terminamos por el día y nos vamos a tomar unos tragos.
Ha, I like him. You should keep him.
Me agrada este tipo. Vamos a ver. Aquí hay algo.
The stuff lying around here is not old. Someone must have spent some time here recently.
Alguien estuvo aquí. Gigantuan.
We refer to these enormous fleshy outgrowths as gigantuans. Due to the chaotic nature of flesh, if it isn't cultivated properly, it can sprout into these creatures. Or whatever you might choose to call them. They're not alive in any conventional sense.
Esto es interesante. Llamamos a estas cosas de carne que crecieron de más gigantuans. Debido a la naturaleza caótica de la carne, si no es cultivado propiamente, aparecen de esta manera, de la forma de estas criaturas. No están vivas en el sentido convencional. Se están usando como células de esa criatura de forma controlada para desarrollar tecnología. Y si no lo utilizan bien, empieza a tomar forma. Que lo cual yo supongo es su forma original. O sea que si pasa peores, podría hacerse hasta un apocalipsis con esas criaturas. Ok. Si alguien lo usa de forma correcta, van a empezar. No me sorprendería que empezaran a salir más completas.
The growth can happen rapidly and spontaneously. It can be very dangerous if people are nearby.
El crecimiento es rápido y demasiado espontáneo. Sería peligroso. ¿Por qué sería peligroso? Podría ser una de dos. O la carne se fusiona con cualquier otro ser vivo, o de verdad empieza a atacar a las personas. Okay.
There's something lying beneath the platform.
Algo abajo de la plataforma.
Gross. Is that McCarthy?
McCarthy?
I'm afraid so. Look, there's some kind of device stuck to his chest.
Me temo que lo es. Hay algo atorado en su pecho. Okay.
A cavity below the platform.
Tómalo. Objeto extraño. Menos 68. Caótico. Evento.
Can we leave already? The smell in here is making me sick.
¿Podemos irnos? Ok. ¿Sabes algo de esta bala? ¿No sabes qué calibre ni nada? Vámonos.
Fly, can you go back to HQ and tell Director Parker that I'm taking over the case?
Fly, ayúdame. Ve al HQ. Dile al director Parker que estoy tomando cargo de este caso.
Sure, as long as you're doing the paperwork of what happened here.
Claro, siempre y cuando hagas el papeleo. Entonces, vamos al headquarters. Forense. Y shell.
What can you tell me about this shell?
Interesting. That's an old 9mm, almost an antique. It's not easy to get your hands on these. They are mostly sought after because these old guns don't have tracking beacons. They're not only very expensive, but also hard to find.
Interesante, una vieja 9mm. Una bala de 9mm. Una antigüedad. No es fácil obtenerlas, porque las viejas armas no tienen tracking. No son monitoreadas. Muy caras, pero también difíciles. Ok. Ahora, qué bueno.
Oh my, what is this thing?
Ay, esta cosa.
That's what I wanted to ask you. I've found it on McCarthy's body. He was entangled in these flesh tendrils.
Eso es lo que quiero preguntarte. Se encontraba en el cuerpo de McCarthy. Estaba rodeado de estos tentáculos.
Disgusting, poor man. I will see what I can find out about it, but this will take a while. I'll notify you when I've found something.
No da tiempo, pero te notificaré. Ok.
You owe me, Tanner.
I know. I'll make it up. Promise.
Okay. Y como ya tomé cargo del caso, la catedral. Pobrecilla. Ahora sí, muéstrame. El oficial McCarthy está muerto. Ahora soy el oficial a cargo.
Dead? This whole affair is getting out of control. I hope you know what you're doing.
Espero que sepas lo que haces.
Fine, but be careful.
Tengo que buscar el estudio. Aquí está.
No sign of the book here.
Sí, no esperaba encontrar el libro ahí.
It's crammed full of religious books. Nothing stands out in particular.
Nada sobresalta.
The floor beneath the bookshelf is scratched, as if the shelf had been moved a lot.
¿Mm?
The floor beneath...
I know.
I can't move the... I can't move. No sign of the...
Ahí. Lo muevo.
The floor beneath...
¿Hay algo más oculto?
No sign of... I can't move the floor...
¿Reporto esto al otro?
Ma'am, the station is called. Minister Williams arrived and is ready for interrogation.
Misterio Williams. Y no le dice que...
The floor beneath the bookshelf is scratched, as if...
No vas a entrar, güey. No tengo nada que ayude. A ver, a lo mejor... Solo puedo usarlo en objetos en mi maletín, ok. Station. Sala de espera. Williams. ¿Dónde has estado todo el día?
At home, taking the day off. I'm not a young gal like you. The commotion during yesterday's mass has taken its toll.
Casa. Tomando un día de descanso. He buscado el estudio. Puedo apostar que me podrías decir algo acerca de ese estante
The
de
shelf?
libros.
I don't know what you are getting at.
¿De qué estás hablando?
Don't play dumb. The shelf has been moved regularly. When I tried to get behind it, it was stuck.
Está atorado.
All right, you got me. I'm keeping a bottle of whiskey in there. Happy now?
Bien, me has atrapado. Mantengo un bote de whisky atrás de él. ¿Estás feliz ahora?
I'd be even more happy if you would tell me how to open it.
Sería más feliz si me dijeras cómo abrirlo.
Just push the 3 green books on the bottom shelf and you should hear a click. But hands off my stuff. I know how much was left.
Presiona los 3 libros verdes y oirás un clic. Pero no toques mis cosas. Ok. Pero van a ir como evidencia.
Ha!
Pop, pop,
Got-
pop.
The floor beneath... It's crammed full of religion. It's crammed... The floor beneath... No sign of the...
¿Y si lo mueves?
It's crammed full of...
What the... El libro estuvo aquí todo el tiempo. Espera, ¿es una trampa o...? A ver, antes que nada voy a ir directo a ella.
I found the missing book. It was in your little pantry.
Lo he encontrado, estaba en tu escondite.
That's impossible. I've left the book on the table. Why would I put it in there?
No disrespect, madam, but these things can happen with age.
Idiota.
How dare you? My mind is sharp as ever, probably sharper than yours has ever been.
Mente ha sido más... ¿Qué? La querían incriminar. Pero ¿para qué matar al policía? ¿Y el policía por qué contactó al el teléfono quemado? Teléfono descartado. Pues no fue ella, porque si no, ¿para qué matan al policía? Una mujer la quiso incriminar.
Can you please check this book for fingerprints?
Sure, no problem. I'll run it through the scanner.
Okay, busca huellas.
The only prints I was able to find were yours. But look here. The top of the book has these stripes. If you ask me, someone has wiped the book clean.
Alguien lo ha limpiado. Okay.
I found the book. It was in the study, hidden in a secret compartment behind the bookshelf.
Lo encontré, estaba escondido.
Oh, that's great. So this has all been just a big misunderstanding.
An officer is dead. I would not call that a misunderstanding.
Un oficial ha muerto. Vamos a darle esto que ya. Oh, espérate. ¿Qué tienes que decirme acerca de
I've opened the...
esta mujer?
Yes, that's her. The crazy woman from yesterday. But I still can't understand a word she's saying. Maybe the bishop could help with that. He's an expert on old and forgotten languages.
Point and click games, huh?
The shelf?
Don't play dumb.
All right, you go.
I'd be even more...
Just push.
¿No? El bishop. Esta es la ministra, no sé qué cosa.
I've opened...
This sounds familiar. Yes, I've definitely heard this language before. Unfortunately, the recording quality isn't the best.
He escuchado el idioma, pero la calidad es baja.
And you think this is important for the case?
¿Crees que es importante para el caso?
I believe so, yes. That's the woman who caused all the trouble during yesterday's mass. There might be a connection to the missing book.
¿Ya no está perdido el libro?
You might be onto something. I can't afford any more bad press for the church. Give me a copy of the recording, and I'll ensure it's translated by tomorrow.
Okay, será traducido para mañana. Ok, tómalo. No. ¿Una copia? Hay de dos. De conveniencia. O ya hay headquarters. Forensics. Dame una copia.
I'll run the recording through the... No, it doesn't look suspicious.
No. 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 Ok.
That's where I live.
Le puedo sacar una copia. ¿Tu policía?
Hello again, Sunny. Can you please search the database?
Of course, Agent.
Do you have anything else on her?
No, her record is complete.
¿Una copia? No.
Yes, that's her.
No. Ok. ¿Y ahora?
The crime scene unit.
No puedo entrar ahí.
As long as I don't have any reason to. I don't need it.
At home.
Ok, volvemos a donde mismo. El otro quiere una copia. Ya no me está ayudando.
I'll run the recording through the spec. No, it doesn't look suspicious.
Can you please check this book?
Sure, no problem. The only prints I...
Ok. ¿Tú no puedes hacer una copia? No.
I better tell. We can get. I've already.
You owe me, Tanner.
I know. Hey, Ramirez.
Oh, Amy.
No.
A scanner that. Various. An interactive terminal. I don't have any.
Ok. Volví a donde mismo.
The as long as the bench. Various. I've opened the article about the incident at the church. There's a photograph of the woman that caused the disturbance, but no name. I've transferred the recording over to my digipack. I can just show the pad to someone that might be able to help.
Ok. Esperaba que eso
The front
fuera.
desk. I've opened the article. I don't need. That's where I live. That's where. I don't have. Contrary. Ugh.
¿Puedes sacar una copia? No. No. Ok. Yo creo que sí se trabó algo.
Fine, but be careful. Dead? This whole...
No sign. It's the floor beneath the bookshelf is scratched, as if the shelf had been moved a lot.
Ok. ¿Cuál es tu
We went to
historia?
the academy together, not in Carcosa, but in Peoria. We spent a lot of time together back then. She was probably my best friend.
Okay.
After graduation, she went to SWAT and I stayed with the local police force. We lost contact until very recently when I joined the Carcosa FBI division, where she just happened to be stationed as well.
Perdimos contacto cuando ella se unió a los SWAT. Pero cuando yo me uní al Carcosa, nos reencontramos.
I've transferred the recording over to my digipack. I can just show the pad to someone that might be able to help.
No.
According to the usher's report,
Don't you find it
I'm not sure.
Me doy.
as long as the I've opened the article about the incident at the church. There's a photograph of the woman that caused the disturbance, but no name.
Oh, I'm stuck. Ok. Point and click games. Ya vi qué onda.
The missing book is missing
Tuve
some
que ver un
pages.
video.
Maybe someone had been messing around with it.
Entonces, cortaron unas hojas al libro. Ahora recuerdo por qué no juego este tipo de videojuegos. Ah, no, es el Bishop. Este no es el Bishop. Este no es el Bishop.
The Echo of Ahura Mazda is missing some pages. Here, have a look.
I don't see any pattern here. They seem very random. Laura has probably not taken very good care of the book. I wouldn't read too much into it.
I'm not so convinced. I'll have to keep the book as evidence for now.
Fine. The book is easily replaced.
Ok, lo tomaremos como evidencia por ahora. Ok, ¿y ahora?
I think we should call it a day.
Okay.
Let's go home.
Dios mío. Okay.
Okay, here we are. I think I need to explain something.
Ah, estamos. Tengo que explicarte algo.
When I said that Jeff and I share an apartment, what I should have actually said is that he owns this mind-blowing penthouse, and I live there with him.
Cuando dije que Jeff y yo compartíamos un apartamento, lo que debí de haber dicho es que él es dueño del apartamento, del penthouse. Y yo vivo aquí. Yo vivo aquí.
No, we are not in a romantic relationship if that's what you're thinking. He appreciates the companionship, and there's a mutual physical attraction between us.
Ok, espera. No estamos en una situación romántica, relación romántica, pero aprecia la compañía y hay una atracción física entre nosotros. ¿Cómo está eso? Explícamelo. Okay, toma. ¿No? Ok.
Carcosa might not be pretty. Carcosa might not be pretty, but the city is remarkably alive. I've taken a glass.
Water. It's agua.
I'll be at the office for the next 2 days. I've left some of your favorites in the fridge. See you soon.
Okay. Jeff.
Oh, chicken parmesan. However, I'm not really hungry after today. I might have it for breakfast then.
Okay.
Cheers to the minister. What a day. And you know what? It's nice not to have to drink alone.
Es bueno no tener que tomar sola.
A kitchen cabinet full.
Tengo muchas preguntas.
You've noticed it. Well, I guess it's hard to overlook. Yes, sometimes I spend the night in there.
Supongo que lo notaste. Como que es difícil de no de pasarlo sobre alto. Y a veces paso la noche ahí.
Consensually, of course. But what about you? Does this make you uncomfortable?
What? Por supuesto que estoy consciente de esto. Pero me pregunto si te hace inconforme. ¿Pero de qué estamos haciendo? ¿De que yo estar encerrado o qué pedo? Lo siento. Pero preferiría no ser parte de esto.
I understand that. I'll talk to Jeff and we'll call things off for the foreseeable future.
Dios mío, pero qué demonios.
Oh, Jeff forgot his digipad. This man, a genius but totally inept to keep his stuff together.
Me olvidó su
Oh.
digipad. Pero, no, venga. Diablos.
No, I'm not going to rummage through the drawers.
Pero yo sí.
No, I'm not going to rummage through the drawer.
No quiere checar, pues.
This was your first day. Believe me, cases are not always that exciting. Tomorrow will hopefully shed some light on the whole mess. We have a body and probably a very weird murder weapon. But there are still so many open questions. Who is Anna Steele really? And why would she steal some random book pages and murder a cop? Well, these are questions for another day.
Ok. Día 2.
Good morning. I was wondering when you would wake up. Was worried for a minute when you weren't there.
Ok. Ahí le vamos a dejar. Siguiente día para el próximo.
It probably takes a few minutes to boot up your routines, I guess. No time for a nap.
Quería ver esa caja otra vez, pero bueno. Salvar. Vamos a ponerle A. Confirmar. Menú principal. Ok. Bueno, pues esto es Zarathustra. Muy buen juego. Las voces sí están medias robóticas. Pero supongo que funcionan. La mayoría del tiempo. Setting está interesante. Lo de que sale de control la tecnología de la Iglesia de Carne está medio para pensárselo. Las gráficas están buenas. Están buenos el arte, los dibujos. Bueno, pues esto fue todo por hoy. Muchas gracias por ver. Hasta la próxima. Bye bye.